#1 in Central California. This is ABC 30 Action News AM Live.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Landon Burke.
And I'm Amanda Venegas. Thanks for joining us on this Monday. We are live on ABC 30, Hulu Live, and wherever you stream.
We're going to send it over to meteorologist Madeline Evans for check now at our Monday morning forecast. Maddie?
We've got a big warm-up on the way again as we head into this week. A very similar pattern to what we've been seeing the past 2 weeks for us. We're going to start off the week really, really warm, and then we're going to see a little cool down for us. So right now, we're in the 50s and 60s this morning. Not a bad start to the day. Pretty mild for us. 55 in Lemoore, 61 in Hanford. Fresno, you're at 63. Merced, you're waking up to 58, and we're at 55 this morning in Madera. Wind speed for us, pretty calm. The highest we're seeing is in Hanford. That's about 10 miles per hour. It is expected to stay calm throughout the day today. Good news for this morning, too. Air quality really nice across the entire Central Valley. We are all in the green, so we are waking up to good air quality and expecting it to be around that as we head throughout this afternoon. Not a bad start to the work week for us, but we are continuing that warm up. It will be warmer than the weekend. 83 by noon, 92 is our high for today, and that's just the beginning for us. Plenty of sunshine. By 6 p.m., we'll be in the upper 80s. We are going to make it really close to those triple digits for us this week. I'll have that full AccuWeather forecast in just a bit, but I'll pass it back to you guys first.
And that cyber attack targeting a major gas pipeline that supplies the eastern U.S.
Right now, officials say there's no timeline for when the pipeline might reopen. We are learning more about the cyber criminal group that is believed to be responsible for this attack. As ABC's Andrew Dimbert shows us, if the shutdown continues, experts warn gas prices could spike.
Analysts say gas prices could hit a 3-year high today after that cyber attack on the country's largest fuel pipeline.
It's crucial to have this pipeline in service. If it drags on beyond, say, 3 or 4 days, we may start to see some supply challenges.
The Colonial Pipeline supplies 45% of the fuel to the East Coast. Its 5,500-mile network carries gas, diesel, and jet fuel from Texas to New Jersey. The company halted all operations as a proactive measure Friday following the attack. Some smaller terminals of the pipeline are now running again, but overnight gasoline futures jumped more than 3% to $2.22 a gallon, the highest since May of 2018. Federal officials say an Eastern European criminal organization appears to be responsible. According to multiple reports, that group is known as DarkSide, which operates mostly out of Russia. The Biden administration is now allowing truckers who deliver fuel to states impacted by the shutdown to drive more hours than normal each day.
It's an all-hands-on-deck effort right now, and we are working closely with the company, state and local officials to, make sure that they get back up to normal operations as quickly as possible.
It's the biggest in a string of recent cyber attacks. In December, SolarWinds, a company that provides software to the government and Fortune 500 companies, suffered a massive software breach. And in February, investigators say a person took control of the computer systems at a water treatment facility in Florida. Experts say these types of attacks are here to stay.
We have seen attacks on critical infrastructure over the past 5 years, but nothing of this size and scope, but also kind of foretells this is what life is likely to be like in the future.
Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
We now know the name of the man who shot 3 people in New York City's Times Square this weekend. Now, police have identified the gunman as 31-year-old Farrakhan Muhammad. He's being called a person of interest in the shooting and was first identified by his brother, who said he was the intended victim. Now, the shooting happened Saturday afternoon. Investigators say 2 to 4 men started an argument when at least one of the men pulled a gun and started shooting at the others. The bullets missed and instead struck the 3 victims, including the child who was toy shopping with her parents. The 4-year-old girl was shot in the leg and taken to the hospital. She's expected to be okay. A 23-year-old woman from Rhode Island was shot in the thigh, and a 43-year-old woman from New Jersey was shot in the foot. Authorities were not able to recover a gun, but did find 3 shell casings at the scene.
Today, Governor Newsom is unveiling his May revision to the state's proposed budget. He's calling it an economic recovery plan for California. The governor's office said the goal of today's proposal will be to help the state emerge from the pandemic stronger than before. He will present his plan in Alameda County. The purpose of the yearly May revise is to make any budget proposal adjustments based on current economic trends. In January, the governor unveiled a $227 billion budget, kicking off the 6-month-long process to finalize that budget. You can watch Newsom's proposal this morning at 10 a.m. It'll be live on the governor's Facebook and YouTube pages, plus we'll be streaming it on our mobile app.
The Fresno Fire Department has already had one of the busiest starts of the year on record. Officials say in just the first 9 days in May, the department has responded to nearly 200 fire calls. Crews have already put out 2,500 fires. That is a 50% increase compared to this time last year. Fire officials say homeless-involved fires are up 100% from 2020. Vegetation fires also on the rise with an increase of 128% year over year.
Pretty incredible pace we're on. Most of the veteran firefighters in the department with 25 years on the job. So they've never seen it like this.
Fire officials say they need more firefighters to meet the city's increased demand. The fire department applied for a grant that could help employ dozens of additional firefighters. They should find out if they get approved by the end of this month.
A woman is being treated for burns following a car crash that set a building on fire in southwest Fresno. Police were called to California and Martin Avenues around 2:30 yesterday afternoon for reports of a vehicle that crashed into a building. Authorities say when they went inside the building, they found a woman on fire. They were able to put out the flames and pull her from the building. She was taken to Community Regional. Her condition is not known at this time. Investigators were also working to figure out whether she was a driver or a passenger in the car. An attic fire in northwest Fresno has forced a woman from her home. Firefighters were called out to Durant and Birch at around 11 Sunday morning after a neighbor saw smoke coming from the roof. The resident met crews outside and said that there was nobody else inside the house. Officials say they were able to contain the fire to a small area in the attic, but there's still about $10,000 in damage. No injuries were reported.
This morning, loved ones remembering a 15-year-old taken too soon while the man accused of killing him faces a trial later this month. In May of last year, 15-year-old Jayden Arias was hit by a drunk driver at the intersection on Westwood and Olive in Porterville. Arias was riding his bicycle to go play basketball with friends when officers say Harvey Jacobo ran into him. The 23-year-old drove off, but detectives tracked him down a few miles away. Jacobo was on probation for a felony DUI and driving with a suspended license at the time of the deadly collision. The victim's loved ones gathered Saturday night to remember the Porterville High School sophomore. His cousin says Arias was a bright light.
He was a courageous, really brave child. He was very vibrant. Everywhere he went, he lit up the room.
The family is hoping the speed limit near the crash site is reduced, especially since it's about 2 blocks away from a school. Jacobo is due in court later this month.
Happening now, the search is on for answers in a Massachusetts town where authorities say a man drove his SUV through the front door of a police station. Officers shot and killed the driver, saying he drove up the Leicester Police Department's handicapped ramp, broke through the front doors, then backed up and hit the entrance multiple times. The district attorney says when officers responded to the scene, the driver, who was a man in his 20s, stepped out of the SUV and aimed what appeared to be a rifle. That is when police officers shot and killed the man. The DA says the officers applied first aid. They called an ambulance, but the suspect died at the hospital. Officials say the suspect was due in court soon for a traffic violation, but they don't yet know if that was connected to the motive. The officers who shot the man are on paid leave pending an investigation.
Detectives still searching for the man who shot and killed a man in central Fresno. Officials say 24-year-old Isaac Jackson was sitting in a car late Friday afternoon with another man outside of an apartment complex when at least 10 rounds were fired into the vehicle. Jackson was in the passenger seat. The driver started rushing him to the hospital. He stopped the car on Divisadero near Highway 41 and flagged down officers for help. They tried to save Jackson, but he died at that location. Detectives say a motive is currently unknown.
The Fresno Police Department is giving a detailed look at its internal investigations and crime statistics. The department posted a link to its 2020 annual report. It shows the total number of Part 1 crimes like homicides and robberies from 2013 through 2020. It also lists the total number of police reports and calls for service since 2011. A section on the internal affairs investigation shows a total of 123 cases were assigned last year. 57 of those are still open. As for internal matters, the department issued 4 terminations, 52 suspensions, and 15 letters of reprimand in 2020. You can find a link to the full report on our website, abc30.com. Action News time is 4:39. The Mountain West Championship belongs to Fresno State softball. The team's next challenge on the horizon.
Definitely wasn't expecting to hear those kind of words from my sister while she was camping.
There's fire on all sides, all around us. Well, we got to keep trying. There's people out there, we got to keep trying.
There's so many unsung heroes of this creek fire.
I've been working against it all these years. This hurts me so bad.
It's the people that you stay and work and rebuild for.
Mountain Strong, Surviving the Creek Fire. Streaming now on Hulu.
It's frozen, yet it's a Coke. It's not solid, but also not a liquid. Frozen drinks from McDonald's. They're a paradox of deliciousness. It's more than a drink. It's a McDonald's drink.
Right now at McDonald's, get an icy cold medium frozen Fanta Blue Raspberry or frozen Coke for just $1.59. Order on the app and pick up curbside.
In business, it's never just another day. It's the big sale or the big presentation, the day where everything goes right, or the one where nothing does. With Comcast Business, you get the network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses and advanced cybersecurity to protect every device on it, all backed by a dedicated team 24/7. Every day in business is a big day. We'll keep you ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Coming up, Madeline Evans with the ABC 30 AccuWeather forecast, the most accurate forecast in Central California.
Introducing the Lowe's List. Here are some of the innovative products chosen by our experts for 2021. We chose this exclusive Whirlpool 2-in-1 washer. Also, Samsung connected appliances. We love the HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams Everlast. And a top pick, this exclusive new line of Flex Power Tools. To see what else made the Lowe's List, visit Lowe's.com. Lowe's, home to any budget, home to any possibility.
Closed captioning of Action News is sponsored by Fresno Mazda.
4:42 on this Monday. Maddie's got another check of the weather.
We have got a very big warm up once again as we head into this week. We're talking about temperatures close to the triple digits by the time we head into the end of the week. We're kind of baby stepping into it as we start off this week, but we are going to be well above average again as we head throughout the day today. So 81 degrees is where we are normally at for this time of year. I'm forecasting about a high of 92 for us, so we are going to be above average. Not too close to that record. That was 99 degrees set back in 1993. Overnight temperatures will also be a little bit above average for us. We're usually the mid-50s, but we're only going to drop into the low 60s as we head into tonight. Of course, the culprit for those big warm-ups we get this time of year is always high pressure for us, and that is right off the coast for the start of this week, but it will continue to push in as we head through the end of the week, and that is why we're going to see some big warming temperatures, and we will still be dry and sunny pretty much every single day this week. As we head into this afternoon, futurecast, not a ton to look out. Once again, we're not going to see much cloud cover, lots of sunshine and blue sky for today. Same as we head into Tuesday, those temperatures will continue to warm up. We'll see more sunshine for the day. And as we head into Wednesday, still see nothing but blue sky for us other than the temperatures changing. That's about the biggest change we're going to see this week. Air quality forecast for us, we are in a moderate for the entire valley as we head throughout the day today. So we will expect a little bit of those hazy skies. 63 right now in Fresno, 58 in Merced, 61 in Hanford, Porterville. You are waking up to 56. Compared to this time yesterday, decent amount warmer for us. We warmed up about 7 degrees in Hanford, 5 in Lemoore, 3 degrees warmer in Merced, and same for Visalia. So by this afternoon, Fresno once again reaching a high of 92. We continue to warm up. We will be dry and sunny. Wind will stay light for today. And high temperatures across the valley will range from the low to mid 90s as we start off this work week. And then we get warmer as we head into the next couple of days. Tuesday, we reach a high of 94. Wednesday, we make it very, very close to the triple digits. We reach a high of 97, but we continue to warm up to end the week. Then we get to see a nice cool down. Now that AccuWeather 7-day forecast in just a bit, but I'll pass it back to you guys first.
The region's only Level 1 trauma center isn't just treating gunshot victims. Community Regional Medical Center is adding prevention to its programs. The hospital joining the effort to keep firearms secure and away from children. Chief of Pediatric Trauma, Dr. John Bolello, bought 150 cable gun locks to help jumpstart a gun safety program for their pediatric clinics and emergency department patients. Though CRMC treats less than a handful of accidental gunshot victims per year, he says each leaves a lasting impact on surgeons and nurses, and that's why they're hoping to make an impact through prevention.
We're trying to meet the problem from kids when they're first born and when they're developing. So we're kind of working from both ends, hopefully. And hopefully we can make a difference.
The Fresno Police Department partnered with CRMC to provide even more firearm cable locks. Chief Paco Malderamo says they acquired 10,000 gun locks through a federal grant and Project Child Safe. They will be available to the public at police community outreach events as well as at each police district office.
Climbers need to plan ahead to spend the night at Yosemite. A new permit system starts Friday, May 21st. Visitors setting up camp on any of the rock climbing routes will need to get an overnight climbing permit. It's free for now since the permit system is a pilot program. Park officials say they hope the program will help them get a better understanding of how climbers use the walls. The park will also use that information to make improvements and reduce human impacts on the environment linked to climbers' overnight stays.
In Consumer Watch, well, we have some good news for you 90s kids out there who have laundry baskets, filled with those Barbies in your parents' basements. Well, we don't have basements here, but just in your parents' garage. Mattel wants to recycle your old toys. The 76-year-old toy company is launching a pilot program called Mattel Playback that is designed to recover and reuse materials and old toys for future Mattel products. Mattel previously committed to using 100% recycled, recyclable, or bio-based plastic materials across all of its products and packaging by 2030. Consumers can participate in the program by visiting Mattel's website. The pandemic created an unanticipated surge in demand for toys as parents stayed with children at home. Mattel isn't alone in its efforts. Many large toy companies trying to become more eco-friendly after decades of relying on environmentally destructive plastic in their products and packaging.
A year ago, toilet paper was hard to find. Now it's readily available, but prices could be going up. That is because its primary manufacturing material, wood pulp, is getting more expensive. An industry analyst says the monthly pulp price increases we're seeing are unprecedented. Of course they are. Pulp prices are rising for a variety of reasons, including global shipping delays and a post-COVID recovery in China, which is the world's biggest pulp buyer. Margie Wright Diamond was the scene for plenty of cheers as the Fresno State softball team earned their spot in the NCAA regionals.
Way to go there. The Bulldogs need to win over Boise State and a UNLV loss to Nevada to win the Mountain West title. That's exactly what happened Sunday afternoon. You see the crowd all riled up. It was a special day to be crowned champions as the Bulldogs also honored their 7 seniors before the first pitch. This marks Fresno State's first Mountain West title since 2016. Senior Kelsey Carrasco spoke after the game.
I think it's every little girl's dream, to just get a shot to play in that big tournament, and the fact that, we get to do it and I get to do it with this group of girls, it's incredible. Bulldog born and Bulldog bred, and I'm proud to be a Bulldog, and I came back to the Valley to win this title, and I came back to the Valley to go have a shot in regionals and get to super regionals and get a shot to play in OKC, and this group of girls is very capable of doing so.
All right, the Bulldogs NCAA division bracket, it'll be announced on May 16th. Way to go, Dogs. Action News Time, 4:48 Mother's Day at Clovis Community Hospital was a special day.
Our local cookie company gave some delicious treats.
Summer's here, and with a great deal on a new Toyota, you can go out and do all the things that make summer, well, summer. Like go biking, glamping, pony rides, Mother's Day, scavenger hunts. Found it! Off-roading.
Get $1,750 cash back on the Venza Hybrid SUV, $2,000 cash back on Corolla Hybrid, or $4,500 cash back on the carpool lane-friendly Prius Prime.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
Ladies, check it out. So strong, so not ripped.
What are we talking about?
That's the Hefty Ultra Strong bag.
Hefty, hefty, hefty.
Gimme. Give me the bag.
Get Hefty Ultra Strong at a low price.
Constant hand washing causes hands to dry and crack. Try O'Keeffe's Working Hands. It's America's #1 hand cream for guaranteed relief of dry, cracked hands. Also available in O'Keeffe's for healthy feet. Guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked feet.
Reynolds Wrap makes this whole cooking and cleanup thing so easy. Speeds up this so I can get to them.
Easy prep, cook, and clean with Reynolds Wrap.
Tex-Mex.
Tex-Mex. Termites.
Don't mess up your deck with Tex-Mex.
Terminex, here to help.
In America, the future belongs to everyone, so we built the trucks of the future for everyone. Ford Ranger, F-150, and Super Duty. With available drive modes, they're built to get through any environment because the trucks of the future are built for America. Ford Trucks. Drive one today. Get $2,000 cash off a 21 Ford Ranger Lariat plus $1,000 open trade-in cash with your eligible vehicle and $500 accessory cash only at your California Ford dealers.
Well, this year, Central Valley moms enjoyed a virtual serenade to celebrate Mother's Day.
A ti te dedico mi vida, mi ser, mis victorias.
Arte America has hosted its annual Mariachi Mother's Day celebration on Facebook Live. Again, for the second year, the band played 2 hours of live mariachi music, all online due to the pandemic. The virtual event was free to the public, but the organization sold Mother's Day gift boxes to help raise funds to cover costs due to the loss of attendance and from damages due to recent vandalism. The museum is continuing to prepare the building for reopening and is renovating its outdoor plaza. Nice weather this weekend, Maddie. I tried to soak it all in this Mother's Day weekend.
Yeah, it was really nice this weekend. Temperatures were a little cooler. We actually got to drop into the 80s. We're going to be warming up well above that as we head into this week. So we're going to be starting off with this week with highs in the low 90s for us. So still a very, very warm start today, but that's just the beginning of our warm up, because by the time we make it into the end of this week, we're going to see high temperatures very, very close to the triple digits. As of now, we're not going to quite make it to 100 degrees, but man, we're going to be this close to it by Thursday and Friday. Then as we head into the weekend, once again, that's when we're going to see a cooling trend, and temperatures are going to be dropping back to around average. That'll be the 80s for us. So very similar pattern we've seen from the past 2 weeks. We get the really, really warm week, and then we get the cooler weekend for us. Satellite and radar this morning, not much to look out for us. We had clear skies this morning. No big issues for your morning commute. Wind is nice and light for us. We're just around 5 to 10 miles per hour to start off the day, and that will stick around that time as we head throughout the day today. Air quality as of now. This is a look at current air quality. We are all in the green, so good news there. We are expecting it to get back up into about a moderate, though, as we head throughout the afternoon. 55 this morning in Lemoore. Fresno, you are waking up to 63 degrees. 58 in Merced, same for Visalia. Porterville, you are waking up to 56 this morning. By this afternoon, another beautiful start to the week for us. We'll see plenty of sunshine, little to no cloud cover. Wind will stay light. High temperatures for the foothills will be in the low to mid 80s to start off the work week. In the Sierra Nevada, we'll make it into the 50s and 60s for the most part, but we'll make it into the low to mid 80s for Bass Lake and Yosemite this afternoon with plenty of sunshine. For the valley, reaching high of 92 in Fresno, wind around 5 to 10 miles per hour, little to no cloud cover. High temperatures will stick to the low to mid 90s as we start off this work week. And then that warm up continues. Tomorrow, we will reach a high of 94 degrees, 97 for Wednesday, 98 for Thursday. Very, very close to that triple digit mark for us. Thankfully, not quite there. Friday, we do drop to a high of 96. The weekend, a little more comfortable for us. We'll be in the mid to upper 80s for Saturday and Sunday and still dry for the next 7 days. Guys, I'll pass it back to you.
A Valley Cookie business helped treat new moms in Clovis for Mother's Day. Crumble Cookie donated 400 cookies to Clovis Community Hospital yesterday, so the moms still in the hospital were able to celebrate their day. Bianca Morales was one of many who received the gift. She, along with Dad Jordan, welcomed their first child into the world last Thursday night. Action News time is 4:53. Solar and wind had a good 2 months. How it compares to last year's numbers, that's next in your morning's Ag and Energy Report.
Hey, good morning.
Hey.
Hey.
Is Trisha joining?
Yeah, let's just give her a minute.
Foster care, huh?
What's that?
25,000 kids will age out of the foster care system.
25,000?
Yeah, and be completely on their own in this pandemic.
Just talking about foster care can help foster care.
Hey! Wrong meeting. Again.
Donate your small talk.
Is that the new intern?
My name is Douglas. I'm a writer, director, and I'm still working. In the kind of work that I do, you are surrounded by people who are all younger than you. I had to get help somewhere along the line to stay competitive. I discovered Prevagen. I started taking it, and after a period of time, my memory improved. It was a game changer for me.
Prevagen, healthier brain, better life.
The day can wait. Enter the Golden State with real California dairy.
Without jerks, the world is nicer, more productive, happier. You see where I'm going with this, right? What if we say, I choose kindness? Wow, I feel better already. To find out more, visit abc.com/choose-kindness.
Solar and wind provided 11% of U.S. electricity in the first 2 months of 2021. Jayden King's in New York with your morning's Ag and Energy Report.
Fuel prices jumped overnight as much of one of the largest pipelines in the U.S. remains closed following a cyber attack. Colonial Pipeline said some of the smaller lateral lines are once again back online, but the main lines are still shut down. Colonial Pipeline operates the largest pipeline carrying fuel from the Gulf Coast to the Northeast. Tesla has changed prices on two of its models, the Model 3 and the Model Y. They used to start at $37,500 and $46,500 respectively. But CNET spotted on Friday the base price jumped about $2,000 for the Model 3 and then a $5,000 increase for the Model Y. This is the fourth time this year that Tesla has increased prices on its cars. The solar and wind electricity share was stagnant in the first 2 months of this year compared to the first 2 months of 2020. The renewable share was over 20% in the first 2 months last year, but just under 20% this year. Still, wind and solar accounted for 11% of power generation in the first 3 months of this year. And legal cannabis sales in the U.S. have hit a record high, according to a new report from the insurance intermediary New Dawn Risk. Since the publication of the Dawn Risk's previous report last year, U.S. sales of medical and recreational cannabis have skyrocketed, hitting $17.5 billion last year. That was a 46% increase from 2019. From New York, I'm Jane King with your Ag and Energy Report.
Action News Time, 4:57. A decision has yet to be made regarding the Pfizer vaccine for kids.
When the FDA could make that announcement and what parents need to know.
Also, what officials are saying about how the U.S. is doing in the fight against COVID-19.
Also, Fresno Pacific University's latest graduates are ready for the real world.
You might not guess, but one of these 5 students is hiding something. Feelings of intense sadness, anger, and despair that they feel incredibly ashamed of. 1 out of every 5 teens experiences depression. And it's time we all started talking about it. Learn how to start the conversation at camarinahealth.org.
We are one Fresno State. And when 80% of graduates stay in the region to lead, they become your child's teacher, your family's healthcare provider, your leader, your problem solver, your hero. A degree from Fresno State opens minds and opens doors. This is where bold begins.
To change the way you pizza. Step 1, grab a delicious Papa Murphy's pizza. Step 2, bake. Step 3, chow down on the deliciousness. Right now, get a large Taco Grande pizza. Papa Murphy's.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we'd gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Thanks, kiddo.
Give everyone peace of mind on the road. Swing by or book online. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
number one in Central California. This is ABC 30 Action News AM Live.
Good morning, everybody. It's 5 a.m. on this Monday. We are live on ABC 30, Hulu Live, and wherever you stream.
Thanks for waking up with us, Brian.